as far as chess is concerned, I imagine you meet a lot of different people, and do you find a difference in the chess players you meet through chess and just general people that you meet through on a daily basis, just going through life? I mean, do you find that the people in chess are somehow different in any way than people that you meet outside of chess?
Well, chess players seem to be more withdrawn, into chess. More withdrawn than other people. And chess players can be very nice and very friendly, but they seem to be more withdrawn, at least like really strong players. They won't be as focused on other things, just chess basically. So.
I see. And do you ever think about what you'll do after becoming world champion?
Well, I want to become a chess coach and have students, but I don't know what else I would do.
And do you? I imagine that right now you're not coaching anyone because I mean you're so focused on your own career.
I have 2 students, 3 students, I think. No, 2. I mean, they don't pay me.
Right.
It's just free, family thing. So.
Right. I see. And are they fairly strong players? I mean, okay. I see. And let me ask you: do you prefer working with stronger players as opposed to weaker players, or it doesn't matter? Or because I know that some people get a little frustrated, trying to coach someone that's not up to a certain level, if you know what I mean. Is that ever a problem with you? I mean, have you ever, felt a little bit like someone was kind of hopeless or something, in terms of trying to coach them?
I mean, I feel like, I'm patient with them. I like teaching, so I actually enjoy it.
Right.
So it's not a problem for me.
I see.
But you just need to be patient with them.
Right. Okay. And do you? I imagine that obviously you have about 3 students, and I'm sure they're good friends of yours. And I imagine you get approached pretty often to coach people. And what is your criteria for taking on a student? I mean, what exactly do you look for, or what will turn you off from coaching someone?
Well, I'll coach anyone as long as they care for the game.
Right.
And I think anyone can improve as long as they care for the game and they try to work hard.
I see. And have you beaten any title players in your career?
Well, I've beaten FMs.
I see.
And that's the highest.
Have you gotten any draws?
Against Times or James?
Yes.
I've drawn an IM.
Okay. Who was it?
Jay Boner.
Okay. And in terms of chess friends, I mean, do you have anyone that, or a couple of people that have been pretty good chess friends in terms of, let's say study partners or sparring games or anything like that? People that you hang out with basically in chess. Okay. And they're here in Florida, or they're kind of a little bit everywhere?
They're everywhere.
I see. And you mentioned that you play on ICC. Do you believe that that playing online definitely helps to improve your chess? Yeah. And I imagine you play a lot of blitz on there. Right. Right. And what do you think of speed chess? Do you think it hinders or somehow hampers your development in overall over-the-board tournaments? Or
I think it helps because I mean, if you get in time pressure, you won't be panicking
I see.
about what you should play. You just can play faster, and so time pressure won't be as much of an issue.
I see. So you use it to coach basically your comfort in time pressure. I see. I see. Very good. And I know that they have several training tools on ICC, such as endgame bots that you can play against and that sort of stuff. Do you ever mess around with that stuff? Or?
Well, I used to mess around with the training bot with tactics, and now I don't.
I see. And so you don't do a lot of tactical training or puzzles and that sort of stuff? I see. But, I mean, you're pretty good tactically, right? I'm the same way. I don't really like puzzles. I think they're kind of boring. I mean, after you do a couple, it's kind of like, do you agree that you don't really feel the strength coming from doing puzzles? It just sort of feels like, okay, I solved this one, and I solved this one. You don't really feel like you're getting anything out of it. I mean, that's how I feel when I do puzzles. Do you kind of feel that way?
I mean, I think you need to know basic mating patterns. I think that's very helpful. But besides that, basic tactics. Besides that, I think it's fun.
I see. And you mentioned the mating patterns, basic mating patterns. How does one go about accumulating those patterns in terms of memorizing them or getting familiar with them? I mean, is there? I'm not sure how many mating patterns you know, but I'm sure there are quite a few. But I mean, do you recommend any books or special training in terms of recognizing those mating patterns?
Well, I read this Love Albert's beginner thing, volume 2, and it had a bunch listed, like, I don't know how many mating patterns. And I mean, that's only for beginners, though.
I see. And let me ask you this. Another question is, when you do read chess books, I mean, do you find that you read the same chess book more than once, or is it normally just one time? I mean,
I read it once.
I see. And how often would you say you would read a book? Every once a year, twice a year? I mean, how often, or how frequent would you read the same chess book?
I mean, I won't really read it. I'll just look at. I mean, I'll read some of the quotes from the book, but then I'll just look over the examples. I'll just look over them, and I don't know. But that's how I read it. It's technically not reading, but
right. And do you? I mean, let's say you like a book. I mean, how often will you refer back to that book? On a need-to basis? Or, okay, I see. Whenever you feel like, okay, this is something that was in this book, let me go look at it again. So I guess as you encounter stuff that you may have forgotten or may need to review, you'll go back and check it out. And do you keep a mental note of the sort of things that are in certain books so that you can quickly go back to that book to find out, to refresh your memory on certain things? Or
no, I mean, I'll just read it and then I'll remember it.
I see.
I can go back to it later.
I see. And so, I mean, a lot of us chess players sort of realize that memory plays a strong part in becoming a good chess player. And do you feel the same way? Absolutely. And does that memory have to be in every area of life, or do you feel that that sometimes it's just strictly geared towards chess and activities like chess?
Well, I think I I mean, I think stuff like math and other stuff like that with numbers, calculating it, good memory is very helpful.
I see. And at what point did you decide what your chess goal was going to be, being world champion?
I think when I first started playing it.
Yeah, right away. Very good, very good, very good. And I imagine your parents are very supportive. I mean, I see you all over the place. I mean, you're everywhere. So I imagine your parents are very, very supportive of your chess endeavor. So that's always a good thing to have, right? And so you just turned 14 today, and what is the next tournament? I mean, well, let me first ask you, how are you going to celebrate your birthday? I mean, you just came here and played some chess.
Well, I was with a chess family from May 8th to today.
I see.
And stuff.
You're with your chess family. I see. I see. And that they're here now, right? Right. Okay. All right. And so you hang out with them on a pretty often, or on a whenever you're down here.
When I sit in the tournaments.
I see. I see. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And okay, so you just continue to hang out with them for the rest of the day, and that'll be pretty much it for a future world champion chess birthday. I mean, that's what it's like, right? I mean, no stupid cake and a clown in a clown suit and all that stuff. Right? None of that stuff. That's too cliche, right? All right, that's pretty cool. All right, John, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. And we're working on a chess media site that's going to be called 954 Chess, and so we'll hold on to this interview until we finish the site and get it up and launch it, and you'll see yourself up there, as probably, hopefully, Florida's #1 chess wonder kid. Yeah, that's it'll be the first American world champion since Bobby Fischer, and he'll be from here in Florida, so that'll be pretty cool. Alrighty, John, thanks.
Thank you.